Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, it appears that Republicans live in a world of paranoid fantasy. Conspiracies are everywhere. Death panels, non-existent voter fraud, they're taking away our guns. The Drudge Report is always manufacturing conspiracy theories out of whole cloth. Alex Jones, InfoWars, is always doing the same thing. And if you spend just a little bit of time listening to Alex Jones, you know he's a total nut job. Same for Glenn Beck. And who knows what's going on in Rush Limbaugh's drug-addled mind. But these lunatics, along with Fox News, are the spokespeople for the Republican Party, for the Republican right. So when you have these kinds of people who are actually in a leadership position, even though people will say, no, they're not leaders, they're just TV personalities or radio personalities. When you have that kind of viewership, you're a leader. So these people are leaders of the Republican Party. So it's not surprising that they keep finding new conspiracies every day. And the latest involves the Iran deal and the release of the Americans who were being held in Iran. Now, as part of that deal, there is a gradual lifting of sanctions, which depends on Iran's compliance with the deal. And so far, they have, to the letter. But not all of the sanctions of Iran have been lifted. There is a schedule. And basically, they have to meet certain steps along the way, and then certain sanctions will be lifted. Some sanctions will never be lifted because of Iran's support for Hezbollah and other things that we don't like. So those sanctions will remain in place no matter what Iran does as far as the nuclear program goes. But it was agreed that certain funds which had been frozen would be released to the Iranians. But evidently there was a pretty close correlation between the time that the funds were released and the release of hostages, if you want to call them that were being held in Iran. And I'm sure both sides were playing it pretty cagey with each other. But the Republicans are saying that the U.S. paid a ransom for these hostages. If it was a strange ransom deal. Because you have to remember, this was Iran's money that we were releasing to them, that we had frozen. So imagine that, say, somebody kidnapped your wife. And they called you up and they gave you their bank information and said that you could use their money to ransom your wife. I think you'd consider that a pretty sweet deal. Thanks for listening.